According to the Center of Disease Control, during the 2018 through 2019 flu season, an estimate of 54% of adults avoided getting the flu shot. These reasons vary. The fear of needles, 2. Fear of side effects, 3. Mistrust of vaccines, and 4. The people that gotten the flu shot said they end up getting the flu anyways. It's our responsibility to get the flu shot each year so we can stop the spread of this serious disease. During my speech, I'm going to cover 3 main points regarding why it is important for people of all ages to get the flu shot each year. First, I will be talking about why not getting your flu shot is a problem, because many people get sick and are hospitalized and end up dying from the flu each year. Second, the flu can also affect your heart health. And third, I will be talking about social responsibilities. As stated in the introduction, there are 3 point of views I would like to share with you today regarding why it is important for people to get the flu shot. Currently, we're experiencing a coronavirus pandemic, which there is no vaccines for, but for the usual flu, we do have vaccine, and the Center of Disease Control, our country's health protection agency, which works with laboratories to develop one each year that specifically addresses the flu that will emerge this season. However, despite CDC's best efforts to market and distribute this vaccine, which is accessible and affordable to many people, still a lot of people do not get the flu shot. This results in larger amount of people getting the flu and getting ill. The first main point I would like to share with you today is statistics about how many people end up getting the flu, how many people are hospitalized for the flu, and how many people die from the flu. In the 2018 through 2019 flu season, the same season, 54% of people avoided getting the flu shot. 36.5 million people got the flu. 490,600 people had a serious enough case to be hospitalized, and 34,200 people ended up dying from influenza that season. This is way too many people, dying, especially for a flu vaccine that is out there already. This is way too many people when a vaccine could have prevented it. Almost 12 million of these people are during the ages 18 through 49. It shows that the flu is just not an old people disease. And over 66,000 of this 12 million had to be hospitalized. An estimated out of those 2,450 amount of people that got the flu ended up dying that year from influenza. In the flu season prior to 2017 through 2018, more people actually got sick. Come to find out, that year 44.8 million people ended up getting the flu. Also, 20.7 million people went to the doctor, while 808,189 were hospitalized, and an estimated of 61,199 people ended up dying. In the age group of 18 through 49, over 14 million people got the flu, and almost 81,100 were hospitalized. And an estimated of 2,803 amount of people died from that group. In 2017 through 2018, 186 deaths were 80% of children that did not getting the flu shot that year. You may not think you could get the flu, or if you do, you're young and you got a good immune system. But what you really need to remember is this. If you get it, you can spread it. You can spread it to a friend or a family member that you really care about that, may not be able to fight it off. That person can become, seriously ill or perhaps even die. And now studies are showing that the flu is just not an isolated event that we get and get over. In my second point, I would tell you how the flu can have a lasting effect on your heart health in ways you probably didn't realize. The second main point relates to the numbers of sick and dying and how they increase even more if you look at how, the flu affects heart health. Dr. Scott Solomon, a Harvard Medical School professor, has done some research on this. There's actually a study done in 2018, New England News of Journal, off. Medicine shows that when researchers look at more than 300 people that were admitted to the hospital that had a heart attack but also had influenza, the study shows that the heart attack is 6 times more likely during the following week of influenza. Also, with diagnosis that can compare to other time periods. Dr. Solomon says that influenza can be hard on your heart in many ways. So when you get sick with any serious infection, it can put extra stress on your heart. As a result, your heart has to work extra harder, and that causes it to need more oxygen. So when you're coughing a lot and congested, it makes it harder for you to breathe. And when you can't breathe, your heart is not, getting the amount of oxygen it needs. So, as a natural response to illness, your immune system goes in some sort of high gear when you get sick. As a result, your body makes a whole lot of things what are called inflammatory molecules. These molecules make blood more likely to form blood clots, which also inflames the lining of the blood vessel. So, both of these occurrences can increase the risk of a heart attack. So, for the people who, already have heart disease, the flu can sometimes result in declining of the pump function on the heart's left ventricle, which, usually causes heart failure. Dr. Solomon points to a study he published in 2019, which was done in 4 United States communities. The study showed the rise of heart failure hospitalization, which was during the month of when the flu season was at its highest peak. He believes that the effect that the flu has on the left ventricle to pump may explain the rise of heart failure in his studies in these communities. So knowing that having the flu is just not a week of being sick and then going back to your old life, but can actually cause the increased risk of heart attack is another good reason for you to get the flu shot every year. Heart issues are not just medical issues somebody could just easily get over. These kind of issues affect, our lives forever, to be honest with you. So now that you know how many people get, seriously sick and even die from the flu, and how having the flu can lead to other medical problems. So now I would like to talk about my last main point, which is on social responsibilities. During the current medical pandemic we're experiencing, due to no vaccine, as you can see, this disease any type of disease can spread through the world rapidly. Today, if there was a, vaccine for the coronavirus, people would be lined up block to block. Why? Because people they love and know are dying, and also because they know they might die. Unfortunately, sometimes it takes this kind of drastic, changes for people to realize, how important some things are and some things should be. Now, when you walk outside, you see how many people, are keeping their distance from each other. Those people are doing what they know that they should do in order to stop the spread of this serious disease. Now try and relate that to the regular flu we get every year. The flu is spread by people. You're a person, you're a community. You go out and socialize in a community. You also shake hands with others, hug and kiss with others. You are a walking spread of a disease. All you gotta do is take a few minutes out your day to get a shot once a year to help stop the spread of this disease that's, getting people sick and killing them. You don't have to settle for these high numbers of flu cases that seriously hurt and kill others and lead to other health problems that can be lasting. We as people can step up, and do our part. And the best way that we do that is, getting the flu annual vaccine. This is not rocket science or something hard, to do. You feel me? It's a simple thing, but it save life, maybe your life, and someone's life you really love. Please think about it. You don't live in a vacuum. Everything you do touches and affects others. Do something positive for yourself and your community by getting your yearly flu vaccine.